We have a voice in our head that says, who am I to do this? And the answer is, well, you're the one doing it. Before you can lead anyone else, you really have to own the fact that you are actually a leader. And that starts with 3 simple but very effective mindset shifts. Mindset shift number 1, I'm not a leader. Stop saying that you're not a leader. That's just stupid and it's not helping you do anything at all. One of my earlier leadership roles. Just picture this. I'm in a Zoom meeting and there's 8 strangers facing back at me. 2 of them I was a little bit familiar with, but the rest were brand new and I didn't know any of them. They're now my team. I was just promoted from an account manager to the director of customer success, and this was my new team. And the truth is, I didn't feel qualified to lead that team at all, especially in that moment where I had these other 8 faces staring back at me. I more or less felt like I was having a mini panic attack. But I decided to lead anyway, even though I didn't feel qualified. That didn't prevent me from them saying, well, I am the leader in this situation though, so I have to own this. Otherwise, none of this is going to work. And the decision to lead, even when you don't feel qualified or even when you don't have permission, that's something that all leaders go through. We have a voice in our head that says, who am I to do this? And the answer is, well, you're the one doing it. You don't need to be qualified yet, because in order to be qualified, you actually have to do the work. So the only way to get there is to move forward, is to take action. Every successful person you know that's a leader, they started at ground zero, and that's where you're going to start too, if that's where you're at right now. So stop saying that you're not a leader. That's just stupid and it's not helping you do anything at all. Stop being humble about it. You don't have to start bragging about it, but you can own the fact that you are leading others, whether you like it or not. Leadership is an infinite game. If you're progressing, you're winning. If you're stagnant, you're losing. And when you catch yourself comparing yourself to where others are at or where they're at in their journey, just flip that script and say, well, if they can do it, I can do it too, instead of, oh my God, they're so far ahead of me. Mindset shift number 2. There's no going back. A very simple example of this is Santa Claus. At some point, you believed in Santa Claus, someone told you, sorry, he's not real. And now for you to go back to that belief is more or less impossible. You could try, but your logical brain will not be able to do it, and you'll know that you're just lying to yourself. Something I call the threshold theory. It's the moment when you realize that you can't go back to a previous way of thinking or being. Leadership works the same way. Every time you grow, every time you break a glass ceiling, there's no returning to that previous way of thinking. Maybe you used to think that micromanaging your team was a great idea, and then you learn that giving people autonomy and trusting them to do their jobs is a better idea. Maybe you thought being direct means you actually have to be harsh, when in fact it's more beneficial to be curious and calm in order to help your team succeed. Those are both threshold moments. And if you can't look back and identify those, then the reality might be that you're not actually growing as a leader. We're trying to search these things out. We're trying to find these moments, because great leaders keep crossing these thresholds over and over and over again. The question really isn't if you've crossed one, it's when's the last one that you did cross. Think about that, write that down, so that way you have more awareness around when the next one is coming up. And finally, the most uncomfortable one of all, mindset shift number 3. It's not my fault. It's your fault. All of it. You are responsible for your decisions. And if that stings a little bit, good. Because until you accept that, you will never grow as a leader. Extreme ownership, which is a term coined by Jocko Willink, who's a former US Navy SEAL. The idea is very simple, but also pretty brutal. Everything that happens in your world is your responsibility. Your results, your team's performance, your own habits, all of it, everything. When you take ownership, you also take control. When you blame others, you actually give away your power. What you're not changing, you're choosing. And what that really means is that if there's something in your life that you're not happy with, you're still actively choosing to not do something about it. And what separates great leaders from the ones who burn out is that the best leaders think life happens through me and not life happens to me. That gives them their control back. That gives them the power to say, I can take responsibility of this, I can take accountability, and I can make a different set of decisions to change my circumstances. And when they do that, that's what earns them trust with their team, and that's what gets teams results. So don't blame your team, don't blame your clients, don't blame your circumstances. Everything is on you, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. So those 3 mindset shifts: owning your identity as a leader, crossing threshold moments, and taking full responsibility for you and your decisions are the foundation of everything, not only in being a leader, but in this book, particularly. How to Suck as a Leader. This book breaks down the top 15 mistakes leaders make, the ones that destroy culture, break trust, and just completely demolish motivation, and shows you how to flip those and turn those into strengths. When we're talking about leadership, we're all just trying to really figure out how to get our team to stop doing dumb shit. And most self-help books in the leadership space that I've read are very long, boring, and quite repetitive. I wrote this to sound like a casual chat between two people over a beer or a coffee, short, to the point, engaging, and funny, not some theory-filled BS self-help book. And I think I've truly accomplished that. There's no jargon, there's no theory in here, it's all practical and tactical. There's a few jokes just to keep you awake. Some background info so you know I'm not full of shit. At the age of 18, I started attending Virginia Tech. In 2009, my fraternity brothers and myself accidentally made a blacklight routine, and it went viral on YouTube and got over 500,000 hits. Someone decided to submit that to America's Got Talent, and somehow they invited us on the show. If you want to look it up, it's called Fighting Gravity. It looks like this. Yes, it's on YouTube, and you're on YouTube right now, so feel free to go check it out. Also, this is what I used to look like, and yes, I still look like a child. We ended up placing third, touring the United States on a tour bus with America's Got Talent, and then doing international shows all over the planet for the next decade of our life. So corporate events, galas, conferences, you name it, we were a corporate entertainment company. I wound up as the CEO of that company in my early 20s. During that decade, corporate shows, 7-figure events, a swing and a total miss at an off-Broadway show in New York City, think Blue Man Group, but with black lights instead. And then 6 years in a CrossFit gym, going from intern to head coach to general manager. Then I started my own online business and made more money than I ever thought possible. And after that, I joined a mentorship company where I was the director of client success. I had a team of 10 on about a team of 30 and helped that company go from about 2 million in revenue to 8 million in revenue. And during that time, we served literally thousands of clients, all of whom were business owners. Point is, everything in the book actually comes from leading, messing it up, fixing it, and doing that again and again and again so that you don't have to. If you're ready to stop sucking as a leader, grab my book, How to Suck as a Leader, on Amazon. It's available right now.